now the big thing in the fitness industry is TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. And so a lot of guys are turning to TRT to feel like men again. And it's so easy to go to a doctor's office and say, "Hey, I feel like my testosterone's low," because it's kind of an arbitrary test that they do. And they say, "Oh, yeah, it looks low." And then you can get on testosterone. And testosterone is more or less a steroid. Like it's a thing that you're increasing artificially to boost your testosterone levels. And I see guys that are doing that in their 30s. And it just blows me away because you go and you get on TRT and it's one of those deals that you're not going to come off of it.
Oh,
You know, you
yeah, TRT is worse than steroid. You can never come off TRT.
right.
You're done.
Right. So then you start doing this replacement of testosterone and you feel better and that's cool. But what are the long-term side effects of injecting the synthetic testosterone and stuff like that into your body? And yeah, you're going to feel better, you're going to look better, you're going to do all these things, but I think that's to the psychology of it, or the mental, or maybe not, psychology is not the right, the mental piece of it. You're just looking for that quick fix. You're looking for these things. And it goes back to, for me, the foundation. Like I get real fired up when I talk to dudes about it who are considering TRT. There's some guys that, without exposing anybody, there's some guys in my life that have talked to me about it, and that I've heard that they were going to do it. And I'm just like, no, dude, you're 32 years old. Like, why are you going to try to do that kind of stuff now? Fix your diet. Stop eating like crap. Start working out more. Start doing other things that you can do to boost your testosterone levels, to start feeling like a man again. Cut out all this crap and fix your foundation first before you jump to this quick fix of just getting on some testosterone for the rest of your life. You know, like it's with the like to go off topic for just a second, like this new magical weight loss drug, the Ozempic and things like that, where it's just
Mm.
people are supposed to take this pill and it's supposed to magically make them lose weight. But the side effects are worse than the freaking weight that you're carrying around. But everybody just wants this quick fix. You get this injection, you get your quick fix. Take half a second and think about your foundation. Think about, you get on this drug, you get on this pill, you get on this shot, you're going to be on it for the rest of your life. Think about the expense that it's going to have. Think about the side effects that are going to be there. When if you just adjusted your foundation and fixed your nutrition and started working out, started doing things to naturally just feel like a man again, you could do that and not have to turn to this TRT. Is it easier? Is it simpler? Maybe. Sure. Is it going to be a
I
quicker
have to
fix?
disagree with that.
Well, sure. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it is, because you
I
got to take all these shots. You got to do all that crap for the rest of your life.
Well,
But
there's a point about that too, because I was researching it for a while because I'm going to be 52, so
sure.
obviously I'm in that. But I had to exact, and I hate to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No,
I'll
it's
get
fine.
back to
I was getting fired up.
you. What happens too is what I'm doing research and talking to different doctors, because I'm just like, okay, for the past couple years, just before we started the big fitness show, I just felt listless. I felt I felt like I was just tired all the time, this and that. I discovered that, like, number one, I wasn't being as productive. This kind of shit, like looking at the
Sure.
phone and the social media, can take the energy right out of you. And then just different elements of everything that I found like I was just having no direction. And it
Yeah.
just caused me to be tired all the time. I was also overtraining. I was
Sure.
training twice a day. So there's all these things that I solved since, well, funny enough, since even coming back from the infection,
Mm.
not wanting to overdo it, taking time, quality over quantity. The point I'm making is, like, with my research, the doctor told me, and this was the part where I said, dude, I'm out. I'm out. Excuse my language. I'm fired up too.
Yeah.
Cause I was like, okay, one shot a week. And he's like, well, technically, he goes, but after that, your testosterone's going to go down anyway. So you should probably have two shots a week.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and split that in half. I was like, you're talking to a guy that hates needles as it is. Now you're telling me to do twice as much. He goes, well, it gets even worse. He goes, some people where it drops quicker might be three shots a week.
Yeah.
Not in the same thing, but totaling that. But
Sure.
I'm like, I feel like a diabetic. I got to take
Sure.
all these shots. I was like, no, I'll look into natural stuff like pine pollen and other things that supposedly these natural things. How about eating red meat, eating steak to
Sure.
be able to the creatine in it, stuff like that. I don't know. I'm all over the place a little bit too, but I might not have all the answers, but that is something. And on a side note, and tell me what you think about this. We have plenty of friends in and out of the business that probably have done it,
Mhm.
currently doing it. The one person I know that has done it and stopped and literally was like over the top for me to say no thanks. He said he got his blood work done and he got some tests and his blood started to thicken from
Mm,
using it over so much time. So he got right off it,
sure.
got on an anti-inflammatory diet, eliminated a lot of stuff and hopefully his circulation's better. But that's dangerous. I didn't even know your
Sure.
blood can get thicker.
Yeah,
Can
there's
that
so many
happen?
negative side effects from being on steroids. And the thing is with steroids is there you
Well, just be more. Let's go right down because TRT people think, oh, that's just a
oh,
mild version of the steroids, and that's just no. He was on TRT, and
oh
this
wow.
did it. It
Yeah,
wasn't a stack of what is it, Winstrol, Anabol,
sure.
Anavar, whatever they are, but he was on just a mild maintenance thing, and his blood
Mm.
was getting thicker and thicker.
Sure, sure. Yeah. I mean, the thing that I get frustrated with is we don't know enough. It's still very, very new, and everybody's or a lot of people are just jumping to that as the quick fix. And there could be so many side effects that come along with being on testosterone, being on steroids. A lot of guys that we've known over the years have taken steroids in an uncontrolled uh environment. The one saving grace, if you can call it that, to TRT it's regulated by a doctor to a certain extent, but is the doctor truly an expert or are they just prescribing some testosterone to you too? Like that's a total wild wild west in my opinion, and it's
I sent
it's
that
one.
Dana White thing to you where he said he would never go to a doctor outside of a
Oh,
broken
dude.
arm, a surgery, and that's
Yeah.
the same people you're dealing with this. I hate to
Yes.
keep cutting you. I'm just adding.
No, it's the truth though. Like it is untested waters, because I doubt that these doctors were trained on testosterone when they were in school and they were getting their doctor
What
degrees,
about
you
if you
know.
take one look at them and see if they work out? That's
Well,
another
yeah,
thing.
that's another thing too. I mean, it certainly wouldn't take it from somebody who's 100 pounds overweight, but the thing is with this steroids is in the world of anabolic steroids and making they're doing it for gains and doing it for performance and things like that. It's so unregulated that you're getting stuff from your buddy who knows a guy who knows a guy, and you don't know where it's coming from. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what kind of stuff they're getting. And so there's so many potential side effects. And personally, I know I don't even want to count how many guys that have taken them or are taking them, but that none of them have really shown me or told me about the negative side effects. I've heard one guy told me one time that he tried a cycle once and then had a adverse effect where he started like peeing blood, and so he instantly stopped. And I was just like, okay, right, you know what I mean? And it's just one of
Yeah.
those things where you don't even know because you don't know what you're getting, and it's definitely uh something that you got to weigh the risk versus the reward. And like I said, in the performance sports world, level playing field, arguments can be made on both sides. In the performance world of what we do as professional wrestlers, we're not competing to win a championship, and like it's more aesthetics than it is anything, and it's in actors and things like that. They're people they're using all the time for those purposes. If it's managed properly, like you could talk me into being okay with it for that sense, if you really wanted to make a strong case for it. But the average person, and most of the people listening to this are not professional actors in Hollywood, or maybe not professional wrestlers. Well, I guess maybe we have a few professional wrestlers, but the point is, for most people, steroids and jumping to steroids are not the first thing to go to, or not the best option, and not the smartest choice because of the long-term side effects, because of the risk versus reward that happens. And I would so much rather people go to actually fixing the foundation of their health before they even consider any of the rest of this crap.